Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
From the Sugar Shack Palatial Studios in Texas, USA, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Sue Mead checks in from Laughlin, Nevada, and the Battleground Off-Road Race out there. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and we're going to do Mr. Mars' review of his Infiniti. So howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. It's the world's automotive gallivanting gal. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is from Laughlin, Nevada. It's Sue Mead along with Cam Douglas with Optima Battery. Howdy, folks. How y'all doing out there?
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having us on. It promises to be a really warm day in the desert with some hot off-road racing. But I'm so happy to be with you. I want to pass you over quickly to Cam Douglas, who is the Director of Marketing for Optima Battery, and let him share a few factoids with you. And at the end, remind Cam or me there's a secret that we want to allude to.
Uh-oh.
And maybe for our next show, we've got some really big news.
Okay, great. Cam, good to have you with us today. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Have you got the air? Have you got
on the show.
Yeah, you bet. You guys got the air conditioner cranked up in those race cars up there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
95 degrees at 9 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah. And so I assume that the windows are out and the air conditioning is the natural kind. So Cam, how did you get involved in this?
In like the whole automotive space, or
yes. Well,
Sue?
Well, How did you get involved with Sue Mead?
Well, it's all about off-road racing with Sue. So we've been involved in off-road. It's one of our toughest proving grounds for our product. So if you're in the off-road space, you're going to bump into Sue eventually. So that's how I met Sue. It's through I think it was through the Baja series, actually.
That's right. And I know the batteries are extremely important for autos and for airplanes that I sometimes fly. But I've learned so much by hanging out with the folks at Optima and their parent company, Clarios.
It's interesting you should say how rugged the batteries are, because the battery that I bought, the Optima that I bought, came via USPS. It was either the Postal Service or it might have been UPS. Either way, it came in the mail. And I'm going, oh my God, how do you do that? Because obviously I'm old school with the lead acid batteries and, don't turn them over and none of that stuff. Well, apparently with the Optima, that's not an issue.
Right. Optimas are completely sealed. So it has a rating for shipping and all that good stuff to be able to be shipped by regular conventional methods, including next day air.
Well, and I'm sure that you guys have dealt with this in the off-road world where you got a vehicle that rolls over occasionally and you don't have to worry about the battery spilling lead acid all over the place.
Yeah, and I think Sue knows about that. She told me that story once or twice.
I have rolled over, and it's very frightening. But also, it's one of the things I said to Cam when I got to know this battery company and that it was sealed, was that we think about that maybe happening with off-road racing. We don't always think about it happening on the highway. There are a lot of rollovers with trucks and SUVs and cars on the highway, and it's a safety issue.
Well, yes, of course it is, and we see a lot more of them, especially with SUVs. They're sitting so high off the ground, they're a lot easier to roll over than a car these days.
Yeah, in addition, you probably remember when you buy a vintage car, 30 years, 50 years old, and you open up the hood and you look at a neat old original car, and typically the underside of the hood is all corroded because of the old conventional lead acid battery. Even in a nice California car, it tends to do that just from the fumes and stuff. But an Optima battery will not corrode inside the engine compartment, even whether it's tipped over or not. So.
Well, one of the other interesting things about your batteries is the fact that they last a long time, and really in today's world, I think that they're fairly competitive when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, quite a bit. Other batteries that are manufactured using AGM technology have become more expensive. Our product is still a premium battery that has a slightly higher price point, but it's not as big a leap to consider an Optima battery compared to a regular battery. It's usually about 10 to 20% more expensive.
Cam, tell everybody what the difference is between a yellow top and a red top.
Sure, great question. That is absolutely the most common question we get. So a red top battery is the original chemistry that we created back in the late 70s and actually is still used today. And that chemistry is designed for the highest cranking power and longest life. But really, the red battery is for the highest cranking power. The yellow top is a deep cycle battery that has the ability to be cycled numerous times. So where the red top may cycle 50 times, the yellow top may cycle, in excess of 300 times. The unique property about an Optima yellow top is that it also has extremely high cranking power. So it will also start most any vehicle. So as a default, when people are using batteries to their extreme, Jeeps with winches, Jeeps with, big driving lights and stereo systems, etc., the default choice there is use a yellow top. So anytime you're exceeding the alternator's capacity, you want to use a yellow top. That's when you're taxing the battery. So
interesting. So Sue, let me touch with you just for a moment here about your event that you're out there in the gambling world of Nevada.
I haven't been gambling yet. I might just throw $1 in a slot machine.
Yeah, sure. We know about you and your gambling. No.
Oh, did you see me on the overnight cams? I'm here to see Christopher Polvardi in his Ford trophy truck.
Ultimate truck, yeah.
Go off the line at 3:30 today and tomorrow. And you guys know I love off-roading, but so that's the main reason I'm here, and to learn more about Optima. They also told me when I first met them about a year and a half ago, we're a company that likes to have fun. I said, what? All right. I traveled 13 hours to come and be with them in this off-road space. But I want to also have Cam tell you, this company sponsors a number of what it calls athletes, and they're not just in the off-road world, be it trophy truck or UTV. They have a UTV athlete going off the line today, but there are a lot of other ends of the competition industry where you're doing testing on your batteries.
Yeah. I mean, so we make batteries, and there's many different vehicles that use batteries. So I have a passion for off-road racing. I have a passion for on-road racing. And everybody has their own unique passion. One of the athletes that we sponsor is Edwin Evers in bass fishing, right? He's a world champion bass fisherman. And that's a little different than off-road racing, right?
You're right.
It's a little different than on-road racing. But it's nonetheless, he pushes himself to the limit to be a world champion, and pushes his boat and his electronics to the limit as well. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, guys, I know that you guys also make a whole line of marine batteries as well. So
yeah, and the ATVs, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a full lineup of batteries. And I guess the Optima.com is where we can get more information on all this, including the racing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Guys, I'd like to throw in one more thing before we get to the end and tell us how many more moments we have. One of the first things I learned about Optima that really sold me was when we were at King of the Hammers last year, and I saw that they were providing free charging for folks who came out to the desert with electric vehicles. There was a hydrogen charging or fueling station as well as solar. And I like that. But what Optima and Clarios do is recycle 8,000 batteries every hour, 24 hours a day. Am I right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's a lot of batteries.
Yeah. And congratulations to them, because all I know what to do is to take it back to the auto parts store and say, "Here, give me another one."
Yeah, there you go.
That's about it. Well, listen, it's great
Those batteries that you're taking back to the auto parts store, those are part of those 8,000 that get rid.
Exactly. Yep.
Very good to know. Sue and Cam, thank you all so much for joining us today. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be back in touch with you guys again soon, and good luck to you, Sue, and your adventures out there. Okay, coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines, and we're going to get to Mr. Barr's car review. All that going to cram in here in just a few short seconds right after this break.
You've waited all winter, and it's finally here. The Tailpipes and Tacos Spring Cruise In. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In returns to the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Saturday, April 19th. Make any donation to Shirley's Kids and get a free breakfast taco. There'll be mimosas and Bloody Marys, too. Get to the best cruise in of the year. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, make a donation of any amount, and grab a free Lupe Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. Join the car camaraderie, and your car will automatically compete for one of 3 chili pepper trophies at no charge. Spring is here, and what better way to celebrate than with a free taco at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We hope to see you then. Come on out. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, it's the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and we hope that you'll join us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas, beginning April 24th in Victoria. You'll get all the latest from the tour all weekend long. Saturday the 26th, we'll be streaming our live show from the tour stop at Spindle Tap Brewery, right here in Houston. That's 2 weeks from today. Thanks for joining us today here on In-Wheel Time, and Mr. Mars has a review of the Infiniti QX60.
Yes, sir. I had a chance to drive the 2025 Infiniti QX60. Now, this vehicle... Sissy, yeah.
That one, you said it.
I'm not going there. So this vehicle is assembled in Smyrna, Tennessee. The engine comes in from Japan. The transmission is U.S. made. Now, it's available in 4 trim levels. You get the Pure, the Luxe, the Sensory, and the Autograph as the top of the line. We were driving the Luxe all-wheel drive version. Now, your government says this is a standard SUV. To me, it's a mid-size. I like calling it a mid-size. It makes it a little bit easier to determine size whenever you're talking about it. Now, it is a 3-row vehicle. We had the 7-passenger arrangement. You can get a bench seat in the second row, and it'll give you another passenger. Now, we also had the black edition. Now, this is an add-on. It gives you the black front grille, the black roof rails, black emblems around on the car, and also had the optional black finish alloy wheels. Now, it's really kind of a shiny black. Really looks nice on the vehicle. And it's got a lot of the luxury touches you would expect from a luxury SUV. Rain-sensing wipers, power folding side mirrors that are heated, got approach lighting so that when you walk up to it. And I really like the size and the style of this vehicle. Now, when you get into the interior, again, Infiniti, you're looking at leather seating surfaces. The front row, it's heated, ventilated seats. Second row, the outboard seating positions are also heated, and the third row folds down. And there's actually some underfloor storage back there underneath that third floor. Not a lot, but a little bit. Now, you're going to find you got a 12.3-inch center stack screen, and it's where you're going to find your Infiniti InTouch system, which is your nav, your audio, your convenience controls, surround view camera that I thought worked really well. If you weren't going very fast, you could actually go down the road with it and kind of watch what's around you a little bit before it hits the speed where it kicks in.
Talk about distracted driving.
It has Apple CarPlay that's wireless, but the Android Auto, you got to be wired. It's not wireless to make a connection with that kind of connection.
Way to go.
So we also had the Bose 17-speaker audio system, and the rear doors, the second row doors, have window shades in them, which I've seen that now twice, and I think that's a nice little ad coming back from the past. Now, up under the hood, 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder.
Pardon me, sir. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
The raise your window
yes,
shades. 268 horsepower, 286 pound-feet of torque with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, properly equipped with a tow package and things, you can tow 6,000 pounds with this vehicle. EPA says you should be looking for 22 in the city, 27 on the highway, combined 24 in using premium fuel. It's required. The sticker says premium fuel, so you got to make a note. You're going to pay a little bit more for that.
Did you put premium fuel in it when you had it?
I only had to put gas in it one time.
Did you use premium fuel when you put it in there?
Actually, I did because I didn't.
Oh, Mars, come on! I saw you roll your eyes.
That's because I believe him. I did it, and I thought, how stupid is this? Anyway, but I did it. It's not my car. I didn't want to mess it up, and I don't believe it does. But anyway, I drove this vehicle 451 miles. Nice range on it. A lot of highway time, a lot of city time. I averaged 23.3 miles to the gallon on this vehicle. So I thought it was very nicely done. Had plenty of smooth power band. I thought it drove quite nicely inside the city. It's flexible to maneuver around. It's easy to park. Out on the highway, on the open road, the highway bumps, the imperfections in the highway, it felt a little stiff. You could feel them. They were a little bit harsher than what you do at the city speed. So I'm not sure if you could do something with the tires. If you really wanted to change that, it wasn't real bad.
Jeff
it
could
was
fix
a very,
that.
Yeah, we'll fix that up.
Yeah. But it had a nice quiet row. If I was going to change anything, I would leave that third row out. Small vehicles like that, I prefer without it.
Yeah, more space.
Pricing, base trim price, $58,800. Now, as tested with a few things that we had, like
there we
the
go.
Black Edition, $62,745.
Okay. All right.
Base model price, you get into this thing at the base model at the pure level at $51,550.
Good luck in trying to find one of those on
In
the
a base
lot.
model.
Yeah, really. If you're looking for something to compare it to, an Acura MDX will start at $51,200, Audi Q7 at $60,500, and the Lincoln Aviator at $58,995. All of them in that what I call a midsize that your government says is a standard SUV. If you're looking in this package, looking for a package in this size vehicle, you absolutely should look at this Infiniti. I think you'll like it real well. And that's my review of the 2025 Infiniti QX60 Lux all-wheel drive.
All right, let's get the cruise in and events calendars from Jeffrey.
There you go. You got Nederland 2025 Project Celebration Car Show in Nederland, Texas.
Nederland. Are you involved in this, Mars?
No.
My he'll be there.
My kids are all graduated.
So on April 19th, which is next weekend, the event will be held from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Nederland High School, located at 2101 North 18th Street in Nederland. I thought of you, Mike.
But you go to the dang football games.
Yes, sir.
This car and truck show welcomes all types of vehicles. It's open to the public with a $25 entry fee for the participants. Proceeds will support the Nederland High School graduating class of 2025. Project Celebration providing a safe, alcohol-free drug environment for seniors. So for more information, contact Moose Johnson at 409-540-1419, and he'll fill you in on all that good stuff.
By the way, speaking of that, Mars, you need to take the in-wheel time truck over there.
Well, I'll probably go out there with a couple of the granddaughters. I got two granddaughters that are seniors, but it's at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And by the time I get back from here,
Lupe,
it's kind of a press.
And I did that on purpose. I didn't want to do anything during the day on the 19th because they should be with us, so everything is in the evening. But here you go, the 22nd annual Retro Blast Car Show. This is in Bridgeport, Texas, also. 305 Highway 380 from 4 to 8:30, 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Where is that?
This is Bridgeport, Texas. It's out by Mike. Everything's out east. 22nd annual Retro Blast Car Show set to take place. This event welcomes cars, trucks, motorcycles, whether classic or new. Just bring it on out. 8:30 is the ending for all the classics, and you go out there with the enthusiasts. Then we got one for our Corpus Christi folks. It is the Cars and Coffee Corpus Christi. It's from 11 to 1 at 1290 FM 43 Suite D in Corpus. It's at the Coffee Waves. Suite D. That's the suite number that they're all be hanging out with. Coffee Waves at the London Square. Car enthusiasts and all that good stuff for the passion down there. And then we've got one that Mike sent me earlier in the week. This is for Driven to Serve Muscle Car, Jeep, and Truck Shows happening the 26th at Maple Grove Raceway. It's the largest combined car, Jeep, and truck show in the U.S. All proceeds benefit the Travis Manion Foundation. So check that out as well. Now, next week we'll be at Lupe Tortilla, and then we've got Hot Rod Tour Texas, and then we got Granbury coming up. I'm just exhausted talking about it.
Babies. That'd make you exhausted. Okay. Some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. President Trump directed a powerful U.S. national security panel to take a fresh look at Nippon Steel's bid for U.S. Steel to help determine if further action is appropriate, raising hopes for an elusive green light for the deal. I thought that they were going to go, no, we don't want to sell U.S. Steel to Nippon Steel. Thought we were bringing it all home.
Well, the factory is here.
Nippon Steel said it was pleased by the news. We have been confident from the outset that an objective, fact-based review of our proposal partnership with U.S. Steel. See here, in this part of the story, they call it a partnership with U.S. Steel, will show that it strengthens American economically and also in the national security interests. What?
They've got the money.
Must be.
They got the money for the factory.
There is something funky going on there. Speaking of something funky going on. I read this story, and you're going to go, what?
That's funky.
He did what? This is from Corvette Blogger. The National Corvette Museum's new CEO, David Hill, just started his new position last month. But now, there are questions about how customers and employees of his classic trucks restoration parts company were handled after the company was abruptly shut down last month. Mark Hay was the name of the classic truck parts company that was based in Oklahoma City. Apparently, they offered sheet metal products which were used to restore pickup beds. We're not exactly sure for the reasons that Mark Hay suddenly closed, but we were sent this link to a Facebook group that focuses on 1947 and 1955 Chevy trucks. Remember, the group posted on April 2nd that apparently, Mark Hay is no longer in business. Anyone know why? The post had over 90 comments, with some saying they have paid thousands of dollars in advance for parts that no longer appear to be coming.
Or exist.
Local customers shared a photo that showed the facility was closed and locked, and Google was showing the location as permanently closed. Monday morning, Corvette Blogger reached out to the National Corvette Museum and shared some of the links that they had. They told the magazine that they were aware of the issue and that they sent us this response, which we received Monday afternoon. Ready? The National Corvette Museum was very recently made aware of social media allegations concerning David Hill. These allegations are not related to any activities or functions connected to the museum. But he is. We take matters of this nature very seriously out of respect for all individuals involved, a lawyer wrote this. We are currently reviewing the situation internally to determine any appropriate next steps. As always, the museum remains committed to upholding the integrity and values of our organization and community. We'll provide updates if and when appropriate. Hey, bub. What do you think about your Mark Hay? What's going on over there, Dave? Old Dave.
Dave.
I got a feeling that Dave's going to be out as the big boy there at the Corvette.
I wondered how he got in.
Did no one look at his past?
Yeah, they got to vet him.
so to
That's what I'm
speak.
wondering. I'm kind of wondering the pickup truck aftermarket parts supplier,
Especially for those years.
runs the Corvette
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. And
Runs his world.
nobody checked on him? Sounds
I
like
don't
an
know.
inside job to me.
A little money laundering going on, maybe. Could be.
General Motors, speaking of Corvettes, unveiled a futuristic Chevrolet Corvette electric hypercar with design touches inspired by aviation, as they say. It may be just the first concept GM shows this year, the Corvette concept, which the automaker said is not intended for production. They always say that. It was an advanced design study by a team based at a new design studio in England. England swings like a pendulum. GM said more Corvette concepts are coming this year, as is a GMC concept in a collaboration between British and Detroit design teams. I don't
Now,
know.
you got a picture of it there.
I don't know whether you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a bomber. Is what it looks like.
Is it right-hand drive since they designed it in Europe?
Yeah, it is. I can see the steering
Yep.
wheel over there. Yeah. So
First thing I noticed
That'll
when I
be
saw it.
something to
Yep.
look at. That's for sure. New Corvette concept is meant as a what they call blank page study. It draws on both the nameplate's history and its future, particularly in the upper half of the vehicle, while the bottom half weaves electric vehicle battery technology. What? Who?
It's an exercise in engineering and design.
That thing got an Optima in it?
God, please. Jeez. No, it doesn't. Doesn't have a battery at all, except some weird thing that's underneath the
Tub it out.
floorboard.
Tub that thing out.
Always. Hey,
Love it.
we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to wrap things up on today's In Wheel
Wrap
Time
it.
Car Talk Show after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Audacy radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fun automotive things. If you have an idea or event, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. And when you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. On the road, grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider, including the new Sirius XM podcast channel. And be sure and catch us on the Audacy radio app. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we always need more Jeff Zekin. The booking agent, video editor, and people finder Mike Out of This World Mars, and our chief engineer David Ainsley.
David.
I'm Don Armstrong. Next week, we'll be back at Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. We hope you'll join us out there 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then we go on tour with the Hot Rod Tour of Texas the following weekend, April 24th, out of Victoria. We hope you'll be joining us, or at least tune in. Details and links at InWheelTime.com. Hey, be safe out there. Have a great week, and thanks again for tuning in to In Wheel Time. We'll see you then.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.